Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not using my DSLR today, which is being repaired, or I'm going to repair it by the time you watch this video. And in today's video, I just went to watch. I hope you guys follow me on Instagram because now I updated my Instagram and my link because all of you said I can't find you, bro. I can't find you. So now you're going to be able to find me. So let's talk a little bit about what I thought of Avengers Endgame. Wow, this movie started off slow. To be honest, like most people said, like for the most part it was slow, but still a good movie. Like it surpassed everything I thought. Every single thing I thought, and let me be honest. When I did that review for the Spider-Man Homecoming, I already had in my mind that Robert Downey something would happen to Robert Downey Jr. in as Iron Man because in my mind I said, why is it that Robert Downey Jr. is not taking over this part of the movie again? Why is it that it's Samuel Jackson now taking over as as Hydra, part of Hydra, or I think part of Hydra or something. But I'm like, why is it that now it's Robert? I mean, it's not Robert Downey Jr. Now it's this guy by the name of Samuel Jackson. Now he's taking over as the main person to take over, and I was correct. Everything I thought of the movie was correct. I had already in my mind that something would happen, something between would something would happen to Robert Downey Jr. or Iron Man to be taken that would make Samuel Jackson take his place. I was correct. So in my mind, I was like, this movie is not that great in the beginning. I'm like, this movie is slow, and most and the people I went with, they would have they I had in my mind that the people I went with was slow, and it was going to be kind of not in their taste because they're not a superhero fan or they don't care about superhero fan movies, and they don't really care about all that stuff. They're just more into this comedy or action. It's gotta have a lot of comedy. It's gotta make you laugh. And this movie, wow, I loved it. I loved it. And to be honest, when I saw, I know that a lot of you have already seen this movie, or if you haven't, then this is a little bit of a spoiler thing that I'm going to be saying. That the start of the movie was slow, and then when we definitely got to, let me just push this a little bit back towards me like that. So I hope that it's not overkilling. I don't have a DSLR right now, so that's why it's overkilling it. So that was incredible. It was slow, and when I was told, because I've had people posting on Instagram and posting on Twitter and posting everywhere, even though I don't want people posting anything on the internet because then they spoil it for everybody else. But they kept posting, Iron Man, Iron Man, Iron Man, Iron Man's going to be gone. He's going to die because most people watch it on a Thursday, or some people have advanced tickets, or some people are part of the media or something, and they get to watch this thing ahead of time. So I was like, wow, if you're saying Robert Downey Jr.'s really going away, and I don't know if I could say the word here because if I do, it may be violent to say that word. But I thought that in the beginning of the movie when they showed that Downey Jr. took off his plate, or his I think it was called Jarvis, the thing that was in him, Jarvis. I think that was the thing that gave him strength. He took it off, and all of a sudden he said, "You take this, and you're just the next person. You take this, you do something good with it." And he fell on the floor and he became weak. And I thought, oh, this is it. That's the end of Downey Jr. But I didn't really expect it to be in the beginning or anywhere. I just said, I'm just gonna be watching for Downey Jr. to see what's going to happen to him. Iron Man. Where's he gonna? Where's Tony Stark going to just away? So when I saw this movie, I was and to be honest, in this movie, I got to see Stan Lee. I guess Stan Lee as a young person, but no one in the audience because in the movie theater I was, which was AMC Norwalk, California, in Norwalk, in California, I would say there was approximately like 200 people inside my auditorium. I would say like that's how big this auditorium was, but it wasn't big as a different showing that had like maybe 300-400 people inside the auditorium. But I was like, wow. And to be honest, I didn't really love this movie from the beginning, but I ended up loving it only because, well, like I said, we saw when everybody did the time machine thing or with the pin particles that they went back in time, and it was crazy. I know Robert Downey Jr. didn't want to go back in time because he knew for a fact that something would happen to him. He was correct. He said, if I go through this portal, I'm going to lose my daughter. I'm going to lose my wife, and I don't want that. I want to be me. I want to live here. I already have something perfect, and it was true. He already had something perfect, but he didn't want to. He didn't want to damage that because he thought it was something beautiful where he got to see, where Iron Man got to see his daughter, his wife, and grow into be an old person. But because of Ant Man, he said, "I know how to get back in time. We could use the pin particles, go through this time portal, and get back to it." And I was like, "Wow, wow, the he's really gonna do it." But at first he was like, "Nope, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Don't ask me." Until he said, "Okay, let's do it then. If we can bring our people back, if we can bring Spider Man, Black Panther, we can bring Doctor Strange, we can bring everybody back," and he did. He brought everybody back. But it was so crazy when it was just crazy when they found every single stone again. Every single stone was found again. And what was crazy about that is that when he found the stone, okay, so I guess it was noisy. Okay, so when they found all the stones, it was crazy because we thought we thought that I actually thought that when they brought the stones, I thought that they wouldn't have to fight again Thor. They wouldn't have to fight. I mean, Thanos, not Thor. What's wrong with me? Thanos. I thought they wouldn't have to fight Thanos again because Thanos was like that in the beginning of the movie. He was like, "That's it. Bye, Thanos. Get out of here." So I was like, "Wow, that's the end of Thanos already. You don't have to fight him again." But he was already finding out that people were coming from the future and saying, we're coming back to the past and we're gonna get all the stones. And he found out through that one through that one robot. I don't know the blue person. I don't know what's her name, but she's the one that gave all the details. Like said, this is what we're gonna do. This is the thing we're getting, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. So when he found out everything, he said, "We're going to stop this. We're going to see who's the other people." Which I found this movie to be hilarious. It was so hilarious, so good that every single thing that was going on that in Infinity War probably wasn't answered. Now it's answered. It's definitely answered. So it's crazy, and we got to see like 10 seconds of Stan Lee, but not old Stan Lee, as in the younger Stan Lee. So that's pretty crazy. We got to see Stan Lee, and wow, I remember I saw that that the Hawk put on all the stones And I don't know if he wished for anything. I don't really know if he wished for anything, and he just went like this. I think he did. His wish was he did like this. But when he put that thing on, he felt like so much power that he was like, oh, oh, and he started losing all his strength and everything. And he didn't technically, but he did he did lose a lot of strength. So because he got every single stone, and he put in his hand, and he just went. He was like, it's too powerful, and he just went. When he went like this, it became too powerful. It's like, and and I didn't really expect that in the that I didn't expect that what's her name? Uh, well, not really. Carol Danvers or Captain Marvel. I kind of expected her to be the next the toughest superhero. That's the reason that they did her boring story in the beginning with I think the Russo brothers were kind of in it in that creation of that movie, Carol Danvers, Marvel, but to me it was pretty boring of a movie. Like I wouldn't watch it again. But some people have that thing in mind that oh it's a beautiful movie. It was great. No, I didn't like it, but maybe other people did. But I was like, wow, this movie fixed every single thing that was wrong. Brought every superhero that went away. But I think because to me, when I saw this movie, when every single character came back and it showed that they destroyed. I think they destroyed the Avengers Tower or whatever the thing is, the tower. It destroyed everything, and I thought then when everybody was attacked, I thought that Iron Man would have passed away there, or gone away. I guess passed away you can say, not the other word. But when I would have thought he would have passed away when when Thanos decided to just start blasting the tower. But everybody made it out alive. Everybody made it out great. Oh man, I truly loved this movie. Like it is Blu-ray. It is definitely Blu-ray or 4K, 4K or Blu-ray purchasable. Like I would purchase it. No lie, I would purchase it. And to be honest, it was a great movie. I didn't expect Iron Man to put that glove on with all the stones and go to make Thanos and every single evil just because Thanos said, nope, the plan when I went like this was for 50% of the people to just perish, and then the future would come that people would move on from that and grow up again, like how we had in mind that 50% of people would just go boom, and the other 50 would just continue to grow, have a family. But nope, no one wants to do it. But Thanos put the wrist, the glove, and he was like about to do this. But then when Carol Danvers was the most, they put her to be the most powerful hero out there, to to definitely take on Thanos, because Spider Man or Iron Man, none of them were able to take on that 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 responsibility. And I can't believe that when I can't believe that Thor had all the power to use. It was funny because Thor had the power to get his I guess his, I don't know what it is, his hammer. I guess you can say his hammer. I didn't expect that Captain America would have all that strength to be like, oh, he has all the strength to get the hammer, Thor's hammer, and just go and use it like he's the next like he's the next Thor. That was just crazy. I didn't expect him to be the next Thor. Like that was totally crazy. But the sad part was that Iron Man, because I think Hulk when he went like this, it was to bring all the superheroes back, and then Iron Man went like this to try to. When he went like this, it was to try to, how do I say this? It was to try to take Thanos and everybody else away, all the bad guys. So that was crazy because Thanos he put the glove on and he was about to go like this, but then we know Carol Danvers had so much power that she went boom to his hand, and I guess like that Iron Man kind of took it away and switched it with a fakey one, a fake, a fake a fake glove. So when he went like this, it's like, I win! I finally win! I beat you! And when he went like this, he saw that he had no stones, so he couldn't do anything. It was like, no, impossible. But again, Thanos was way, way, way too powerful for. He was way too powerful for everybody because he took the stones. Wait a minute. Let me get this. Let me turn back. I've seen the stones before, and I'm not talking about in no comic book or none of that storybook telling. I remember now back in the video game era of I think Marvel versus Capcom, or just Marvel, just I think Marvel superheroes, I think it was. That's when they had the stones, that when they use one stone they will become super speed, or when they use another stone, super strength, or when they use the soul stone, there's like they're super powerful until they could take it away with a bunch of, like, say Iron Man versus Spider Man, or Iron Man versus Venom, or Venom versus Captain America, or versus Wolverine, and that was crazy. That game was a beginning. It's like the beginning of games, I guess, but it was great. It was a great movie. Like, I loved it. I loved it. I loved this movie. So I didn't really expect Iron Man to go or perish away in the end of the movie, when he went like this. Boom. He's like, too much strength. He's like, and he had to sacrifice himself, which his wife was crying and said, we're gonna have to move on with that. And the stones, I guess they were sent back where they came from for safekeeping again, because they did go back in time. I didn't expect I did not expect Iron Man to go away in the end, which was very, very sad, because even though when they were returning all the stones back to its proper era or to its proper time, it was sad with Captain America that said, I don't want I'm going to go back in time. But then he got I think he got I think it was that he was told by Wolverine, or by, I think, by Iron Man, to go back to his normal life, just be old him, and just just live life like that without having to be a superhero anymore. So that was crazy. I didn't expect that, but it was sad that they they had to give away Iron Man. They said, Iron Man, you're going away, and it ended 11 years of the story. It ended 11 years of 21 movies that came out with Iron Man 1, 2, 3, which is crazy because they said 11 years, but uh, they said 11 years, but we didn't get to see Spider Man, the Spider Man with Tobey Maguire. We got to see recently. I mean, we got to see Andrew Garfield, but I don't know how Andrew Garfield fits in with this movie. And then after that, I kind of see how Tom, I forget his name, Tom Holland, fits in this movie, but I don't see how Andrew Garfield or or Tobey Maguire fits in this movie because it says 21 movies. So whatever we saw, like Guardians of the Galaxy 1, 2, we saw Doctor Strange, we saw, what else? Thor. I didn't really see every Thor. I just saw, I think I saw just Thor Ragnarok, and that was it. And then I don't know how that other movie fits in. Nick with Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider, if it does fit, because it was Marvel, so it's pretty. It was great. I loved it. It was totally sad, but at the same time, a happy ending. Like, even though it doesn't seem like it was an actual happy ending, but it was a sad ending that it was like, it's like a movie where you're like young, living life, and then you get old, and time to just. And that was sad. That was truly sad. So this movie really impressed me. Like, I was already, I thought that for some of the movie was kind of like slow and kind of boring, but I kind of understand what was going on in the beginning. Like, the beginning was like everyone's still perishing away, and what, why is this happening, or why is that happening? And yeah, the beginning was like kind of slow, which was like, why is this happening? I don't get it. Why is everybody going perishing, and do I have to live this life? And like, that was kind of like a interesting scenes, but at the same time kind of boring, like nothing. But this movie really exceeded its my expectations. I haven't seen a single movie like this ever. So, wow, I can't wait to see what comes after this movie. See how interesting these movies get in the future. To see if we're going to see a different Iron Man, if we're going to see a different Captain America, or if we're not going to see none of these. Like the Hulk, he hasn't had a standalone movie in a long time. Like Iron Man hasn't had a standalone movie in a long time either. And Captain America did, but I think he was more of the Avengers, not of a cap. I think we only had like two Captain Americas, and that was it. So, I definitely do want to see what comes in the future for superhero movies, and see if they're going to stop Captain America, or they're going to replace Captain America, just like Batman in the DC universe, that it just ends, then just pick up again with another character of Batman, and done again, and pick up again. But maybe because Batman is the main character, just like Spider-Man is the main character, that he cannot just be a it cannot just be a quit the movie and that's it. Quit the character. It cannot just be like that. That just quit the character. So that's my thought. I don't know what you guys think, but I think, in my opinion, that I'm definitely satisfied with this movie's ending. I'm definitely satisfied with this whole movie. Just like beginning to end, I'm satisfied. Like, you fixed everything that I didn't like about every other movie. You fixed it. You fixed Captain Marvel, Russo brothers. You fixed her. Incredible that you fixed her, but I didn't like her short haircut in the movie. But with her long hair was nice. But at the same time, this you fixed everything, Russo brothers. Thank you, and thank you everybody who's watching this video for the first time, and thank you to all you people that are definitely watching my videos. Thank you, and I just want to let you guys know this movie was incredible. Like, oh man, the people around me love the movie too. They're like, this movie's gonna be boring, but then when we all left the auditorium, was like, wow, sad ending. It made some people cry, and it made some people laugh. Like me, I laughed. I laughed. Like, there's a lot of things that has to happen to make me laugh, to make me like interested in the movie. It's not just do some just some dumb joke and no. It has to be something that gets my attention in comedy, not just ha, that cheap joke made me laugh. No, it has to be something good. So I love this movie, and if you guys haven't watched it, definitely I recommend you watch it. Definitely, I recommend you watch this movie. It was incredible. I don't. I'm not going to lie. It was an incredible movie that it ended 21 movies before that. I don't know the 21 movies, but maybe I'll probably do another video for that or some other video. But wow, I didn't expect it to be this insane. So wow, if you guys haven't watched it, go watch it, because in my auditorium every single seat was taken except for the handicap. The handicap seats were not taken, but every single seat, which was, I think, in a total of like maybe 2 to 300 seats, and all of them were taken except for handicap. Like maybe like 10 from the handicaps were not taken, or I think there's like 10 or 20 handicaps, but in reality, every single seat was taken. I was like, wow, wow. And I had to go early because my ticket was already, I mean, I had already bought the tickets way too late, like on Friday. I think I bought it on a Friday instead of a Thursday. That it was out for purchase. So I recommend you watch this movie because it's insane. So thank you guys for watching, and definitely you'll see me in another video for this channel in in the future.